1, 2, 3, let's go.
Wednesday afternoon. Oh,
Charge these, they were pretty minor incidents anyway. So as a gesture, we fined Manchester City £1 million, and now it's gone. It's put to bed. And maybe something like that is what it needs, because I don't really think the average football fan, although it's a very tribal sport in terms of fans, I don't think many football fans would say, oh yeah, it'd be brilliant if Manchester City were relegated or blah, blah, blah. No, it wouldn't be, because it would take a big chunk of the competition from next season away and all the good things that are there. And it could inhibit future situations in what clubs can and can't do. But I think they do need to solve it. Every season I think, oh, well, they'll do it at the end of this season before the next one. They'll do something to get this dealt with. But sure enough, it seems to be there that next season as well as it is this current season, not dealt with. And we don't seem to be told anything about what's going on. We're no nearer understanding what all these charges are. And you begin to wonder, does anybody in football understand what is going on there? But it's almost like they want to sweep it under the carpet, and I don't know what's going to happen. But the longer they leave it, the more I think unsatisfactory it is. It needs to be dealt with, and I think people would accept, yeah, look, it's far too complicated to go into every one of these charges. We've tried, but nothing is that serious. We're going to draw a line under it now. We are going to commit the City to a fine, just to balance the books, if you like, of fair play, and we're moving on. Now, I don't think many people, I don't see other clubs say, right, we're going to take that to court or whatever. I think people would say, yeah, it'll be done. As long as clubs know in future what they can and can't do specifically, and they don't do it, perhaps even with a warning. If they do an amnesty to City and others, you do it again and you will be relegated or something like that. But maybe the charges are not that serious. So, I mean, the whole idea that they had 115 breaches of the rules, I mean, that in itself seems crazy. You know, why can't that be summarised down to 4 or 5 serious breaches or not so serious breaches? And I think this is the point. No one seems to know. Obviously, some people are in the know about it, but the average football fan isn't. So, yeah, I don't know. It's a shame to be hanging over, almost over the Premier League itself. But it needs resolution.
It does. We all agree on that, don't we? Seems not to be talked about very much, though. So shows you there's
no,
something.
It doesn't. No, it's as I say, it's pushed under the rug, isn't it? Really, every time.
Yeah. Absolutely. Right. Okay. So this one is. Okay. So in just under 100, well, way under 100 days to go from the biggest ever edition of the 2026 World Cup, which will be hosted by the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Now, okay, so it's just normal that World Cup is coming. Let's forget about all the political controversies there. But it says something. It says 48 teams for the first time.
Yeah.
Now, I'm confused. Did we never used to have 48 teams? Did we have 36? Is that what we had?
I think it was 32 we used to have. But over the years, it has gradually gone up. And this year, as you say, it's 48. So there's going to be quite a few more games, which is good for the football fan to see these games on TV. I mean, the timing isn't quite so good, is it? As it's in America and some of South America, because they're going to be at least 5 hours behind us. So, you know, when if you get to midnight and there's an evening game 7 o'clock, well, yeah, it's not going to be ideal in many ways.
say hello to old Mimi, Dr. Gladys and Rose, 3 beautiful ladies who join us on our shows. There's one other bro, sometimes joins us on the show.
Well, yeah, it's not going to be ideal in many ways. I believe pubs are going to be allowed to stay open till 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. So, but again, how that will work with people who have to get up early. I suppose they can take some holiday, something like that, and see obviously we want to watch the key England games, and I guess most of us will stay up for those games. And it may be that they will try and tailor the times a bit more for us here. For example, if they kick off at say 5 o'clock there, that's only 10 o'clock at night, so it will still be over by midnight. So that could work, and I think they may well do that. But then again, it's not just Europe they got to think about. They got to think about other countries too. So yeah, that's going to be an interesting part of it. But it's going to be a good lot of games to watch. 48 teams, yeah, it's going to be good.
Yeah, 48 teams. Wow, that's going to be a long World Cup.
It is, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so this one says, did you know Raheem Sterling has had an unfortunate start to the Feyenoord career? I believe this is in Belgium. I think it's a Belgium team, wasn't it?
Is it, or is it the Netherlands? Is it?
Oh, is it Netherlands? Oh, yeah, it probably is.
I think it is. Yeah, I think it's the Netherlands. Yeah.
Now it says the former England winger has recorded 0 goals and 0 assists in the first 3 games, completing just 1 successful dribble. Is it fitness? Is it time for retirement? Is it time for Saudi? Which one is it?
They're good questions. It feels like it's time for Saudi, if not retirement. The fact is, he wasn't wanted over here now. He's done his stuff. He was at Liverpool, of course, wasn't he? And he's given everything he's got to the teams he's played for. Very good footballer, but like anybody else in other spheres, there comes a time when you've got to say, well, I think I've been there and done that. You know, I can't really do it at the top level anymore. Now, I don't necessarily think 3 games without an assist or a goal necessarily means that. You know, you could go more games than some players do without achieving much, and then the floodgates can open when they finally break the hoodoo and get their first goal or their first assist. And I'm sure he's good enough. He's quite a small chap, and he's not going to be slow. I don't think he's going to slow down much. He's a fit guy. So yeah, I don't think he should be panicking, nor should Feyenoord at this point. If he goes, I don't know, 3 or 4 months in that situation, then yeah, you've got to say, what is his contribution? But no, I wouldn't think he's got anything to worry about after 3 games. No, I wouldn't.
So it's still okay for now.
Yeah, there was a player playing last night for Atletico who came on late in the game called Sorloth.
Right.
And he was at Palace for just under a couple of years, from about 18 to 2020, and he only played 16 games. I mean, interestingly, the commentator said, "Oh, he was at Palace for 5 years." No, he wasn't. They do get some facts wrong, but he was there with us. But he didn't. I don't even think he scored in his 16 games. He may have got 1, but he wasn't particularly popular with the crowd. It wasn't really his fault, but he couldn't adapt to the style of play in the Premier League. As I say, this was back in 19 and 2020. But he didn't seem any good as a player, to be honest. With Atletico, he's scoring a lot of goals. He didn't score last night, but he's a much better player. So I think it depends where you are as to how you play.
Yeah, wow, well done. This is beautiful. This is all we've got time for on the second segment of the Football Referee. Join us again next week as we deal with other interesting topics as well. I've been Emmy Hikins, and he calls me Cos.
I'm Trevor Gear, and he calls me bro. See you next time.
See you next week. So goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Oh dear me.
Say hello to old Mimi, Dr. Gladys and Rose, 3 beautiful ladies who join us on our shows. There's one other bro, sometimes joins us on the show.